Good morning, I'm Arthur Kelly, back again, your tour guide for Hume 310 Faith, Living, and Learning. I've looked over the assignments for week 2 coming up, and I assume you may also have, but when you do, you'll realize that this week requires more of you. So I want to take a few minutes this morning, fewer than 10, to put all of the work in some kind of context for you. If you've watched the video that explains about the mind and soul of this course, you understand that whatever else this course is, it's a fairly personal inquiry. I often tell students that the subject of this course is you. The student is the subject of the course. That is, nearly every aspect of the course provides you with both the opportunity and the lenses, the tools needed to do important self-exploration. As you noted in reading Palmer's little book, Let Your Life Speak, there is this recurring theme. What life wants to live in me? And the only way to answer that question is through the practice of reflection. I don't know about you, but often the most important change moments in my life occur when I ask myself, now why did I do that? Or where did that come from? Only this Friday, I heard a longtime colleague and friend and fellow Hume 310 professor describe Hume 310 as a sabbatical. And I thought, I really like that word because it connects to lots of other important ideas and events and vocabulary. In the academic world, a sabbatical is a designated period of time, sometimes for a semester, sometimes, lucky enough, for a whole year, for a professor to draw apart and rest and at the same time do important work that the professor wanted to do for a long time, but the regular rigors and demands of academic life and classroom work simply don't allow it. The word also connects to a good biblical word, Sabbath. This word also is about rest, a rest in which we are to do nothing but contemplate our relationship to God. So one way that you can see, understand, and appreciate the opportunity this course offers you is by thinking of it as a sabbatical. That is an opportunity for you to do important personal work. This week we begin a 3-week journey with key thinkers, philosophers, and theologians who have substantially influenced the development of the Western world. You have been influenced by them even if you don't know it. They've not only been influential in the West, but especially in the West. These are persons who are asking really essential questions. Some would say they are asking the questions that matter most because they lead us to the answers that we live by. Our first two, Plato and Aristotle, stand as the seminal architects of our Western world. Between them, they offer two connected but distinctly different paradigms. And nearly all of us are in one way children of one or the other. Wonder whether you're a Platonist or an Aristotelian. They are asking and answering questions about ultimate reality, about how we live in the world, and what is the good life. As you study what they have to say and formulate your discoveries, think about where you fit in with these answers and perspectives. Last week, you watched a film about Henry II Becket and engaged in a good conversation about that online. Set in England in the 12th century, you saw two friends struggle with questions of loyalty and honor and God and the state. This week you will see similar struggles around the story of the martyred Archbishop of El Salvador, and yes, I know I just gave you the ending of the story, sorry. Oscar Romero. Similar struggles in a land and time, but this time closer to us. South America, El Salvador in South America, and the 20th century. You're given the opportunity to ask, how are the struggles that Oscar faces similar and different than the ones that Henry and Becket faced? And I hope what they say to us today. We also begin a 3-week journey with a self-discovery process called life mapping. Be sure to read through the overview material on this at the beginning of the syllabus. In this first segment, what we're working on in week 2, you are looking at key events and times and places in your life. What are the formative events that changed you, for better or for worse, but which somehow contribute to the person you are today? You're also asked, where are the patterns and themes that begin to emerge out of this process of self-exploration? Like many students before you, I think you'll find this process to be both challenging and reassuring. The 3 stages of this process, each is a lens into your life. Finally, you begin reading another textbook, Traveling Mercies by Anne Lamott. Now, I love Anne Lamott. If you'd like to know more about her, go to Facebook and friend her. You'll learn more about her, and she'll be able to speak regularly into your life if you allow it. Anne's writing is personal, vulnerable, scarily honest, raw, might even say visceral, and funny, very funny. She's lived a hard life of addictions. She found God, she found a home, she found a church, she found a son, and lived to write about it. If Beckett is 12th century and Romero is 20th century, Anne is just the day before yesterday. I hope and pray that you will find these 5 weeks that we're together to be Sabbath weeks for you, inspirational and transformational. As together we try to figure out what matters most and how we live in the world. Looking forward to the next few weeks and our continuing conversation together. God bless you and happy Easter.